Hello everyone. Hi everyone. So welcome to weekly Korean live class and my name is Keijin. 안녕하세요 Keijin입니다. And 안녕하세요 침침입니다. So how are you everyone? And as usual, as always, thank you very much for joining my live class. I have lots of fun on Thursdays. I love Thursday. 안녕하세요 Longpage and Tiffany, Tisha of course, and Cody and Khadija. Oh, you can take the class. That's fine because we always upload this live video right after live, so you can always review it. Today the topic is why you should learn Korean, but I will also review important grammar rules which you must know, which is very important in Korean language. So please keep watching it. 안녕하세요, Francesca. Oh, you are busy, so you couldn't join, but I'm glad you joined it again. And of course, I'm doing great. And Chris, Sweet Panda, Nadine, Beyond the Scene, 안녕하세요. By the way, in Korea, when you say 안녕하세요, it's polite word, so we often say 안녕하세요. So you don't have to say 안녕하세요. That might be very or too formal. But in everyday life, when we see someone who is older than you or someone you are not really close, so you have to be polite. Then this is our body language. 안녕하세요. But then on video, if I do 안녕하세요, then you don't see my face. So I try to do 안녕하세요. But this is pretty informal. So this one is more, it goes better with 안녕. 안녕 is informal way to say hi, hello. 안녕하세요, CJ. And oh, Nadine said hungry. Me too. 저도 배고파요. I'm hungry too. 요리 안녕하세요. 사이, BRJ, 사라, 트리니, 단테, 샴푸, 카므리, 지바니, 루시아노, and Carl, Zahra, Shiha, Vates, Roro. Okay. Great, so thank you very much for your comment. I'll keep reading your comment during my lesson, so please keep writing. Okay, so I have a question for you. Why should you learn Korean? Or why are you learning Korean? Do you have any reason? Could you share it with me? And by the way, as I said, today I will share why you should learn Korean, and I also cover some grammar rules, and this is one of them. 왜 한국어를 배워야 할까요? 왜 한국어를 배워야 할까요? It's pretty fast, so let me break it down. 왜 means why. 한국어 means Korean language. I always say that. 한국어를 object marking particle. So in Korean there is no sentence order, no word order. I mean, there is common one, but we can mix the word. For example, we can put 왜 here too. 한국어를 왜 배워야 할까요? You can mix, but how do you know which one is object? Then we have this object marking particle. 한국어를. So if it's 를, the word before 를 or 을 become object. 배워야 할까요? 배워야 할까요? It literally means should learn. Mark, thank you. 배우다, 배우다. 배우다 is a verb meaning to learn. 배우다. I want to say should learn, have to learn. Then we have to conjugate with 야, 하다. 야, 하다 means like to have to, should in English, to have to. So how can I conjugate this? 따란. You remove 다 at the end and use a conjugation that we learned last week. If you haven't watched it, you should watch last week's video, but I can review it. So 배우, 배우. 배우 is U sound. It's not A or it's not O sound, right? It's not A or O sound. If it's A or O sound, we are going to conjugate with A. But since this is not a or o sound, we are going to conjugate with o. So it should be 배우어야 한다. 배우어야 하다. 배우어야. My writing is not beautiful, so let me write it again. 배우어야 하다. Again. 들어야 하다 means should or to have to. 배우 means to learn. And this is a conjugation. And can you see this? 우어. Korean people love pronouncing the words easily, right? So 우어. It become 워. So the original form was 배우어야 한다. But Korean people speak fast and Korean people want to pronounce easily. So we pronounce this faster. 워. 워. So it become 워. So it become 배워야 하다. Great. So yeah, when I teach you some new phrases or Korean sentences word, please keep writing. You see, Disha, great student, and Shane too. Thank you for writing, and Nadine too. Wellington, you want to go to Korea? Why? Let me know the reason in the comment. And 배워야 하다 plus 까요 means just a question. So if you just 배워야 하다, then it's just original form. It's infinitive. It's like just have to learn, but you need to change it to make it question. In English, you change the word order. In Korean, we use the question ending, which is 까. How can I change it to 까? By the way, 요 is polite ending particle. So 왜 한국어를 배워야 할까? Then it's informal or you are talking to yourself. But by putting 요, it makes the sentence more polite. 할까요? Just remove 다. And then since there is no 받침, there is no final consonant sound, we just put dear here. So 배워야 할까요? If there is 받침, we are going to put 을. For example, 먹다. My favorite verb. 먹다, to eat. It ended with 먹. Do you see this? This is kind of like K sound. But again, I tried to explain in romanization because it's for beginners. But again, it's not exactly K sound. Do you hear this? 먹. If it's English K, it should be 먹. But we don't have the K sound. It's just 먹. Anyway, it ended with final consonant sound here. 먹, kind of K. Okay. 먹. So we will put 을. If it ended with vowel, 배워야 하다, then we put dear only. But if it ended with 받침, then we will put 을. So 까요 is question ending. So this is how this sentence is formed. Igra Didi, thank you for teaching us. Thank you for learning with me. Abek, as usual, apospe. Is today's Keijin's birthday? Not today, it's this Saturday. But thank you for the reminder. Actually, I forgot. Yeah, my birthday is coming. I have no plan. Thank you so much for the reminder. So, why should you learn Korea? Why? Oh, Wellington, you want to meet twice. That's a great goal. So, 한국어를 배우면 좋아요. 왜냐하면 한국어를 배우면 좋아요. Learning Korean is great, but it literally means learning Korean is good. 좋아요. Or if learning Korean is good. So if you really literally translate, so 면 is if. So 한국어 again, Korean object marking particle. 배우면 means if learn. So if you learn Korean, 좋아요. means it's good. 왜냐하면 because. By the way, when we speak in everyday life, we don't really say 왜냐하면 so much. In English, I feel like we say because a lot, and I also use because a lot in English. But in Korean, we often omit this. BRJ, thank you! And Pierre Piper, thank you. Dija, of course, thank you so much in advance. Yes. So before explaining me all the reasons, you can download today's PDF, this old PDF, this PDF in the link in the description. Or if you are super beginner and you're like, oh, I cannot read the Korean alphabet, then don't worry because you can download this free Hangul ebook too. Hangul is really easy. So if you're a super duper beginner, start with the Korean alphabet. Hangul. So again, we are giving away free because we want to help you learn Korean, and we have lots of free materials about all the lessons I did previously. You can download everything. So check it out. Thank you, Nadine. And okay, Sajid. Oh no, today's not my birthday. My birthday is on Saturday, but my dear students are celebrating my birthday in advance. Regina Amali, the ebook is really nice. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Korean alphabet is easy to learn, so please check it out. Hangul is called Hangul, and my goal is to help you more people learn Korean. That's why we are giving away free. Because seriously, I keep saying because, but seriously, I want more people to learn Korean. I love Korean and I love meeting new people like you. So check out. Okay. So why should you learn Korean? The first reason is it's good for your brain and memory. True, it's not my opinion. It's scientist opinion. Not opinion, scientist result. They did lots of studies and they found out 한국어를 배우면 기억력을 높일 수 있어요. 한국어를 배우면 기억력을 높일 수 있어요. If you learn Korean, you can improve your memory. 한국어를 배우면, we just learned this phrase before, right? So 한국어 means Korean. 를 object marking particle. 배우 is from 배우다. And if you conjugate with 면, it becomes if, learn. So 배우면, 한국어를 배우면 means if you learn Korean. 기억력을 높일 수 있어요. 기억력. Oh, I think some people will notice this word. 기억, right? 기억 means to remember or memorizing. It's actually noun, so I should say remembering or memorizing. 기억. 력, by putting 력 here, it becomes remembering skills, remembering power, or memorizing skill, memorizing power. So this is your skill. So 기억력 is the memory skill. 기억력. 을, again, object marking particle. Why do I use 를? Why do I use 을? I said both are object marking particle. But have you noticed? There's no 받침 here. It ended with vowel. 한국어, it ended with vowel sound. So we put 를. 기억력. I said kind of K, right? 기억력. So there is 받침 here, the last final consonant sound, which we call 받침. So we use 을. If it ends with consonant, 을. If it ends with vowel, then 를, object marking particle. Okay. Shane, thank you. Okay. So 높일 수 있어요. 높일 수 is from the verb 높이다. 따라란. Let me write it down, which is 높이다. 높이다. It means make it high. Make it high. Make it high. Higher. And then 수 있어요. 수 있어요 means can, be able to. Be able to, can. Actually, we already learned this 수 있다. 수 있다 means to can. Can. We already covered this grammar in my previous lesson, so I can review it with you. So for those who forget how to conjugate with this verb with 수 있다, then look at this. 높이다. 높이다 to make it high. And then 수 있다. 수 있다. Oh, again, remove 다 at the end. Always remove 다. And put near here. Why? Because it ended with vowel sound. So it's 높일 수 있다. Means you can make it high or can higher. Can improve. It literally means make it high. So in Korean, it literally means you can make your remembering skill, memorizing skill high or improve your memory in better English. Okay, so 높일 수 있다. 높일 수 있다. How about this? Can eat. Can eat is 먹다. 먹다. Oh, it ended with 다 again. All the Korean verb and adjective end with 다. So remove 다 at the end. So you have verb stem here. 먹. 을 수 있다. Oh, why did I use 을, not dear? Because there is already 기역 final consonant. So you cannot put dear here, right? It's already filled. So instead you put 을. So if there is 받침 final consonant, then you use 을. If there is nothing, if it ended with vowel, you put dear. Okay, so is that okay? So it means can. 높일 수 있다. And here, I didn't use 있다, but 어요. 어요. So, 있어요. Because this is a present tense, so 있다 is very written form. If the sentence ends with 있다, 없다, that's very written form, and when we speak, we don't really say that unless you are talking to yourself. And when you speak, you put 어 form. 있어 means informal way to say to exist. But 수 있어 means like can, be able to. So but we put 요 at the end because it's polite form. Okay. Wellington, good student. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I'm reviewing some of grammars and let's keep watching. So do you agree? Scientists said study shows you improve your memory. It's not just my opinion. Language learners and bilinguals or even trilinguals have better memory. So do you want to be smarter? Then learn Korean. And actually it's not only about Korean language, but by learning foreign language that really stimulate your brain, a different part of your brain, so it keeps your brain healthy. So it's very healthy. So keep doing it. Okay. Oh, Sarah, you can't come to class. That's fine. Again, we will upload this video, so watch it later. 장할 칸 침침 위에 보이네. 위에 means above. 보이네 means showing. Yes, 침침 is here. Of course, 침침 is with me. So second reason is drastically improve your travel experience. 따라, how can you say that in Korean? 한국어를 배우면 더욱 더 즐겁게 여행할 수 있어요. If you learn Korean, you can enjoy travel even more. Let's break down the sentence. 한국어를 배우면, we already covered many times. If you learn Korean, 더욱 더. 더욱 더. It's like even more. You can just say more, right? In English, you can just say, oh, you can enjoy travel more. But you want to emphasize even more. So, 더 means more, but by putting 더욱 더, it becomes like even more. You're emphasizing. 즐겁게 즐겁게. 즐겁게 literally means pleasantly or delightfully or with joy. So it's adverb. 즐겁게. 여행할 수 있어요. 여행할 수 있어요. 여행할 수 있어요. Oh, it's from 여행하다. 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 It ended with 다 first. So remove 다 at the end. 여행하다. Then you have 여행하 left, right? Again, can you see this? 여행하, 하, 하. It ended with vowel sound. So put real sound here. So it becomes 여행할 수 있어요. 여행할 수 있어요. We already covered this grammar. So I hope you understand. If not, check out my previous lesson about can. When is Chim's birthday? I'll let you know next time. 한국어를 배우면 더욱더 즐겁게 여행할 수 있어요. So in English you say enjoy travel, but in Korean we use this as an adjective more instead of using verb like enjoy travel. So it literally means you can travel more, even more delightfully, even more pleasantly. It's more common expression. So instead of translating directly, I found more natural translation. 즐겁게 여행할 수 있어요. Or you can enjoy learning Korean. Right? You can enjoy learning Korean. So instead of saying 한국어 공부를 즐기다, you can say 즐겁게, 즐겁게, delightfully 공부할 수 있어요. 공부할 수 있어요 means can study, can learn. 즐겁게 공부할 수 있어요. 한국어를. So can 한국어를 means Korean, right? 한국어를 즐겁게 공부하고 있어요. Lexi, great job! 한국어를 배우면 더욱더 즐겁게 여행할 수 있어요. Okay. Oh, Apostolic, thank you. Don't forget to give us like, love, and share. So, why? Because locals don't often speak English. Young generations these days speak some English, good English. But of course, not everyone speaks fluent English. And older generations don't really speak English. It depends on the person. In my case, my parents don't really speak English. They are studying English these days. But still, it's very limited and it's common that Korean people speak Korean only. So if you want to enjoy more, your travel experience more and you want to speak with locals, learn Korean. Because when you go to a restaurant, it depends on the restaurant, but in lots of local restaurants, the waiter, waitress are usually older people and they don't speak English. So when you say something in English, they're like, Of course, they will understand the name of the menu, but still. And also when you want to ask the way, location, or even randomly, like, oh, something. When something happens, you can ask, or anything. So in my experience, when I go on a trip, I learn the language, the country's language before going on a trip because it's super duper fun. Like at least where is the toilet? And they explained and I understood. It thrilled me so much. And also you can read some letters, so actually you can catch it. Oh, this means this. So if you didn't study, you might miss some opportunity or chance, but you can get it. And also when I travel and on the subway, some people are talking and I catch some words and it's really fun. I hope you can enjoy that. I got no name. 안녕하세요. Oh, I'm Lucy, you're French, and J-Hope Script, you're Indian. Lots of people are from different countries. So if you visit Korea, really, please at least try to learn survival phrases or travel phrases. You can have a better tourist experience. So for easy phrases, survival phrases, really important phrases that you have to use during your trip will be found here on our website. If you click the link, this page is actually linked to survival phrases lesson. So if you just click it, you will go there and you will learn super important phrases like thank you, sorry, how much is it? Please give me a discount or help or anything that you can say which can save your life. So really, 아모르 부부 토엔지피. I really want to visit Korea so bad. I know the situation is not so good these days, you know, because in the world, not only Korea. So if you have chance to visit Korea later, then please learn some Korean phrases. And luckily, you have some time. So, taran! Again, Korean alphabet is really easy to learn. So if you learn this alphabet only, then you will be able to read all the signboard or anything. Of course, you still have to learn vocabulary and phrases, grammar, but it will be still helpful. And third reason, it will change your life, work, and experience. Relationships. Do you agree? Do you agree? Can learning Korean change your life? So in my experience, I learned English and that changed my life. As you can see now, I'm speaking English. And since I speak English, I could choose different country to work. If you speak Korean, of course, you can have a chance to work in Korea. And there are lots of jobs that don't require Korean language skills in Korea too, actually. But it's very limited. So if you speak good Korean, then your job opportunity will be much bigger. So please learn Korean if you want to live in Korea. If you speak good Korean, then you can choose better jobs. And that will definitely improve your lifestyle or your life too, because you choose your job. So maybe the salary is higher, or that's your dream job, or that has better welfare system. So please. And also you will be able to make friends easier. That's so true, because not all the Korean people speak fluent English. So you will have very limited range of friends who speak English. And also some Korean people are not really fluent in English. So they want to share more experience with you, but because of their language skills, they are afraid of inviting you because you might not understand, you might not have fun. So if you want to make Korean friends, Korean language is important, of course. 한국어를 배우면 한국인 친구를 사귈 수 있어요. If you learn Korean, you can make Korean friends. 한국어를 배우면 means if you learn Korean, as we explained. 한국인 means Korean people, Korean person. 친구 means friend. In Korean, we don't really use plural form unless you want to mention that it's plural. But we don't really indicate it's plural or not. We don't really care. So 한국인 친구, so it can be a friends or friends, it doesn't matter. So we just use singular form here. 를 object mark particle. 사귈 수 있어요 is from 사귀다. But again, it ended with 사귀, It ended with vowel sounds, not 받침, not consonant. So we put lir here. So it becomes 사귀다. 사귀다 means to make. But it doesn't just make cookie or make flour or something. 사귀다 is only used for making friends. 사귀다, making good relationship with other people. 남자친구 or 여자친구를 사귀다 means I become a couple with, I make boyfriend or girlfriend. 남자친구를 사귀다, 남자친구를 사귀다 means make boyfriend. 여자친구를 사귀다 means make girlfriend. 한국인 친구를 사귈 수 있어요. Another reason, as I said, 한국에서 일할 수 있어요. 한국어를 배우면 한국에서 일할 수 있어요. 한국 means Korea. 에서 is location marking particle. It means in. So 한국에서 means in Korea. 일할 수 있어요. 일하다 means work. But 일하, it ended with vowel sound, so you put lir here. 일할 수 있어요. You can work in Korea. Francisca, right? 사귀다 for making friends only. 만들다 for make something like cakes. Exactly. 주아한, 여자친구가 없습니다. Oh, so sad. But I know you will have girlfriend soon because you're a kind person and you're smart. Learning Korean, yay! 한국어를 배우면 한국에서 살 수 있어요. If you learn Korean, you can live in Korea. Again, 한국에서 means in Korea. 살 수 있어요. 살 수 있어요. It's from 살다, 살다, 살다. 살다 means to live. Oh, so you have to put 을 because it ended with consonant 받침 here, right? 살을 수 있어요, right? Sorry, but nope. This is an exception, so you have to memorize. 살다, if you end it with you, like 살다, then it's 살 수 있어요. What if I can know, or I can understand? It's 알다. Remove 다 is 알. Oh, so it's 알을 수 있어요? 알을 수 있어요? No, it's 알 수 있어요. So please remember this. Okay. Taran. So again, I shared lots of Korean sentences today, and if you don't read this, don't worry. We have free Hangul ebook. It's really easy to learn. It's free. The link is in the description, so check it out. Korean alphabet is really easy, so don't postpone. Do it now. Okay, so thank you very much for joining today's class. How was it, GNU? And Sunil TMG from Nepal, and Pach, and HKK, Nuela, Natia, Tanya, Yav. Oh, you want to get a good job in Korea, so please keep learning Korean. And Disha, Joahan, Amorba. I have another question. Will there be a big chance of job required if you learn Korean? Not. So it depends on area, but of course, if you learn Korean and if you speak Korean, they will be more open to hire you. Because otherwise, not a lot of people don't speak English in Korea. I mean, we have limited language skill, of course. Our mother tongue is Korean. So if there are two people have exactly same skill, but one person speak only English and one person speak Korean. Then Korean and English, who would you choose? Of course you choose this person. So you definitely have better chance. And Elia and Hachu, sir. Regina, I will wait for next week's lesson. Yay! Yes, because next week's lesson will be pronunciation practice. Dear. Today, I talk about these sounds a lot, right? 할 수 있다, 먹을 수 있다. This is used so much in Korean. And is it R or L? I often get this question. But, well, I will explain more next week. But it's not R or it's not L. So I'll teach you how to pronounce the sounds better. Yori, thank you. I'm glad you think I'm a good teacher. Yeah, I'm trying. So if you have any feedback about what you want to learn or how I can improve, let me know so I can teach you better. And Mark, Isabel, Trini, Wellington, and Futurizi, Saipamu, Masi, and Anna, of course. Such a good student always. And Fruly. Yeah, please keep learning Korean with me. And Sadiage. Our good students are always here. And Mario. You're from Guatemala. And sorry, the lesson is over, but you can always watch it later. So thank you very much, Lexi and Sophia and Sami and Dafi, Alia, Gunja. Okay, so London And thank you very much. And we'll see next week, right? Please join in next week. So thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a nice day.